Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. In this session I am going to take mathematics for standard 8. In 8th standard I am going to take a topic algebra. You are all studied about algebra in your earlier classes. You have learned about that what is constant, variables and like terms, unlike terms and coefficients and expressions. You all studied in all these things in your earlier classes. Today I am going to recall all these things again, and then you already learned about the operations like addition and subtraction on algebraic expression in your 7th standard. In this session, we are going to learn about that multiplication and division. Before that, we are going to recall the things, what are all the like terms, unlike terms, what are all the expressions, what are the types of expressions, and how to do that addition and subtraction on algebraic expressions. Okay, now we'll start with this some simple statements. Okay, listen all of you. Algebra is a study of mathematical symbols. Algebra is a study of mathematical symbols and rules for calculating these symbols. What is in these symbols? In algebra, numbers are often represented by symbols called variables. All of you know what are variables? Like x, y, z, a, b, c, d. What are all the alphabets used in the terms, expressions? That is called a variable. Okay. Then in arithmetic, only the numbers and the arithmetic operations. What are all the we used the numbers and the operations? What are all the operations here? Plus, minus, multiplication and division symbols. Okay, then an expression which contains, these are the types of expression. An expression which contains only one term is called monomial. We call that as a monomial. This is one of the expression. This we take that as a one term. This is a monomial. This is on another term. This is also one term. This is another monomial, and this is other term. This is also called a monomial. So what is monomial? The expression which contains only one term. Only one term is called that monomial. Okay. What is meant by binomial? Binomial is nothing but if an expression which contains two terms. If it has two terms, then we call that as a binomial. Now see, an expression which contains two terms is called binomial. Example 4x plus 1, 9x square minus 7y, then x square y square plus xy. You have to take this as two terms, and you have to take this as two terms, and this is another binomial. Okay children, next we pass on to the next one. What is that type? Trinomial. What is it by trinomial? Tri means three. An expression which contains three terms is called a trinomial. Example, if the trinomial has how many terms? Three terms. It contains three terms. 2x square plus x plus z. This is one of the trinomial. Another 2m square plus n square minus 6. This is another trinomial. Okay. Then an expression which contains more than 3 is called polynomial. Expression which contains more than 3. Okay, more than 3 means terms. Sorry, an expression which contains more than 3 terms. More than 3 means 4, 5 or 6. That is called a polynomial. Poly means many, right? Now we are going to study about that. Some like terms and unlike terms. How can you take that like terms and unlike terms? What is meant by like terms? What is called a like terms? How can we identify that? like terms which has same exponents. What is meant by exponents? Exponents is nothing but powers of the variable. ஒரு எக்ஸ்போனன்ட்னா என்ன அப்படின்னா ஒரு வேரியபிளோட பவர்ஸை தான் நம்ம என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா எக்ஸ்போனன்ட்னு சொல்லுவோம். How can we say that? Listen, like terms. Like terms. The exponent of the variable. The exponent of the exponent of the variables or if the exponents of the variables are same, then it is called like terms. For example, what are all like terms? If you take 4x square, that means another term minus 7x power 2. These are called the like terms. What are the variables here? Here the variable is x. Here also the variable is x. What is the exponent? Here the exponent is 2. Exponent is nothing but power. Exponent is nothing but power of the variable. Power of the variable. Then now what is unlike term? All of you know how to identify that like terms? Another example I will write 7 or minus 17 y square is 25 y square is here. What are the exponents here? 2. Here also 2, here also 2, here also y z and here also y z. If these two are same, we call that as a like terms. So unlike terms, when we call that as unlike term, if the exponent of the variables are different, if it is different, then we call that as, if the exponents of the variables are same, then we call that as the exponent of the variables are same, then we call that as a like term. And if the exponent of the variables also are different, then we call that as, then it is called a unlike term. Unlike term. Here, how can you write the example for this? You can write minus 11x square and minus 4y power 5. All of you listen here. The exponent is x square. Variable also different and the exponent also different. Variable is here is x and here is y. And here the exponent is 2 and here the exponent is 5. So this is called a unlike term. Then we can write another different Example, 20y power 4 minus 25 z power 7. Here also we can't take that as a like term. This is a different exponent which contains different exponents. So we call this as a unlike terms. All of you know how to differentiate that like terms and the unlike terms? Okay, children. Next we are going to do some problems based on this expressions, exponents, like terms, unlike terms, then how to do addition based on this expression and subtraction and so on. Now write the first one. Write the number. Write the numbers of terms in the following expression. You have to write the number of terms. How many numbers are there? Number of terms are there. You have to identify. I will write some problems here. I will do 1 or 2 problems. The rest of the problems you have to do by yourself. Now what you have to do, first of all of you watch the video, learn that, then all of you take it down these things in your maths notebook. Okay? Put one separate notebook for maths and you write all these things. Then what you have to do, you have to write all these things, and what are all the answers are given in that blackboard, you write that, and what are all the answers are not given, you have to find the answer and you fill it there. Right? Yes. For the second sum, m square n square c. Third sum, a square b square c minus a square ab square c square ca square bc square plus 3abc. The fourth expression, 8x square minus 4xy plus 7x y square. Now all of you listen, you have to count the terms. I already told you how to find the terms. You have to calculate like this. Term 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that you have to calculate, right? Then how many terms? You have to take the whole thing as a one term. Right? Then you have to take this whole thing as a one term, and this is the second term, and this is the third term, and this is the fourth term. Right? Then here this is the first one term, the second term, and the third term. Right? Now you have to count it and you write the numbers. That's all. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am having how many terms? 4 terms here. The answer is 4. 4 terms. Then here, how many terms are here? M square, n square, c. This is the whole thing will have to taken as a one term. So the number of term is 1. Now you calculate and write. This is taken as 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also 4. You fill it by yourself. Then this is 1, 2, 3. You fill it. Right?